Hello, we are back with episode 10 of Aliit by Beskar, and I'm really excited to see how our group handles this next challenge. Last week when we left off, they had encountered the same Sith that we saw in episode 1, and this character's wielding 12 lightsabers in the air using the Force and is very dangerous. But they have to save this character's prisoner. So we're going to see how they do that. Before we jump into everything, though, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and their characters. We'll start with the top left with V. Tell us a little bit about Anaka and yourself.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I am a traditional artist primarily. I work in watercolor and pencil sketch, as well as digital art. And if you'd like to take a look at any of my stuff, you can certainly do so on my art Twitter, which is the @ there under my name card. It's @PepperoDraws. That's Peppero like the candy. We just recently did an OC art exchange, so those are my most recent pieces. I'm also working on a personal project that I've posted a couple of whips there of, so if you want to take a look at those, you can certainly do so. I play Anaka, who is a dark force using Togruta, with a bit of a secretive past, I guess is the best way to put it. She rarely talks about herself, so the crew doesn't really know that much about her. But they've kind of given her this aesthetic of being the grouchy gothic teenager that just broods around the ship most of the time. That's not really who she is, but you know what? The image kind of fits her for now, so that's what she's going to stick with. But last session, she obtained, I suppose, a new friend that shares her headspace. So I'm very excited to see how that goes. But yeah, that's Anaka.
Friend.
Yes, a friend.
All right,
Grumpy
cool.
friend.
Very grumpy friend. Next, we've got Nikki. Tell us a little bit about Ilsa and yourself.
I do everything I possibly can. I just do a lot of things. Nicole on Twitter, and Ilsa is, I do this every time.
I'm trying to remember the.
I wrote something really nice
time.
before, and I forgot what it was.
You dropped out of
really
the Stormtrooper
cool.
Academy.
Yes.
Romando.
Yes.
Very proper.
Very proper.
Bit of a mystery yourself.
Cottagecore.
Yeah, so just like imagine her little intro is she's like in the cottagecore, and there's a picture of her at Stormtrooper school, or like in the uniform, and like, you know how they have those family portraits?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of those, and she's in a family portrait, but it's looks like she's going to knock it off the wall, and she's got this cottage around her and a rat ferret pet.
Perfect. All right. Next, let's hop over to Hope. Tell us a little bit about Muxo and yourself.
Great. I'm Hope Tracy. You can find me at HopeTracy71 on Twitter. And on Monday nights on Milady Saito's channel for Tales of Trahi, where last week, why not wild sorcerer Tia dropped a little conspiracy poo on her nephew, and that's going to be a good time. Muxo, on the other hand, is not like that. She is, if Ace Rimmer and Leslie Hall had 7 kids, she'd be their middle child. She's a daredevil. She's not afraid of anything. But she's kind of the mom friend too. She can't help it. It's the middle child. She's very brightly colored. She wears a gold bodysuit underneath her hot pink armor, and she might be a little bit bossy. But she's here. She's here to, steal some ships, maybe make some money, and keep these people out of trouble long enough to impress Bevan.
All right. And that's going to be an impressive feat for this session. Speaking of keeping people out of trouble, Matt, tell us a little bit about Jai and yourself.
Okay, well, first of all, rude. I'm Matt Oldley, general content creator person on the internet. But I played Jai Soren, the son of a clone, who is a sweet summer child who is slowly realizing that actions have consequences. Thinks he hates it so much. More immediately, he just really wants to get off this planet. His new best friend, even if she doesn't know it, dragged them all through a creepy cave, and he's just ready to go home now. Disneyland isn't fun anymore, and I'm getting cranky.
That's fair. Oh, and last but not least, Mr. Parr, tell us a little bit about Zadu and yourself.
Hi, I'm Mr. Parr, an aspiring writer, aspiring voice actor, aspiring everything on the internet, really. I dabble in many things, and we'll see how that goes for me. But tonight I am portraying Zadu Baka. And since this might be his last sign-off, I should remind you once again that he is a Twi'lek raised on Kashyyyk with Wookiees. So he's perhaps the master of found family, since he's found a family with this crew. And he found a family with his murder son, Locke.
It's true. All right. Well, introductions oh, wait, I guess I should introduce myself. Hi, I'm Raven. I know how to do things. I'm the creative director for The Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the various things that I do, most of which are tabletop related. There's my link tree in chat that you can check out all the different things that I have websites for. And then sponsors are Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. You can pick up Fundamental RPG, which is a really cool tabletop system. I'm not biased at all. But we run Animus and Water on that this season. We ran Hunters of Calamity 2 on the same system last season, all during the playtest phase of the system. And now it's officially released. You can get a copy on Amazon. If you want the physical book, or you can pick up a PDF version at coffee.com/raven/shop. And you can find Intrepid in the same place, and it's adventuring gear for real life, casual outdoor and athletic wear with a tabletop theme to them. So really cool stuff. And that's me out of the way. So yeah, when we left off last week, Anaka, you got that really cool lightsaber. You now have a passenger in your head, and there will be no negative repercussions for that whatsoever.
Of course not. He's a friend. Like I said, sometimes friends come in weird packages, and that's okay.
It's true.
This one just happens to be sharing my brain space. It's fine.
You all heard Raven say it. You all heard Raven say it. Nothing bad will happen.
Yes. And there was no sarcasm in that whatsoever.
It's
I don't know what you're talking about. What is sarcasm?
Anyways,
if I ignore you, it's not true.
I mean, sure, whatever works. When we left off, you all had found the big Sith temple where your target was. So your job that you had taken on was to rescue someone from a bad situation, and now you can see that it is the Sith that you encounter, that Zadu encountered in episode 1, and Anaka and Ilsa you've encountered remotely via the Force throughout the campaign. But they are standing on it's almost like a stage, but it's like an altar type deal. But they're standing there with 12 lightsabers ignited, floating in the air, and behind them, in this sort of metal cage, is the person that you're supposed to be rescuing. And this Sith watched you all come in and was very calm and just said that they had been expecting you. They had foreseen this and actually expected you a little bit sooner.
Can we have them?
Jai, as you point and ask that, you can't really see this person's face because of the hood on the cloak that's pulled down, very like Darth Sidious style. But you can feel the slow turning of eyes to look at you like, the hell did you just ask me?
This planet's creepy, and you're welcome to it, but we just need that person, and then we'll go. It's literally it.
They slowly pull back their hood, and as I mentioned in episode 1, and I may not have refreshed their appearance since then, so I'll describe it again. They are very, very tall, and even with the hooded robes, you can tell they're kind of lanky. And they pull the hood back, and it's a Kaminoan underneath the hood, with just like kind of like glazed over eyes. It looks really creepy.
Yeah, I bet.
like glazed over like possessed, or glazed over like blind. This is out of character. Jai would not know the concept of possessed, I don't think. But
sure, they're not necessarily possessed, but it's more of that kind of a look than a blind look.
Okay.
But not like 1,000-yard stare, something different from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More like they're very strong with the dark side, and that has had some physical, that has done some physical alterations through corruption.
Can I walk closer?
Absolutely, you can. But as they pull the hood back and look at you, Jai, they just kind of hiss out, "But I'm not through playing with them yet."
We can wait. Like, what? Looks at Muso like what? 5-10 minutes? Maybe 20.
Maybe.
They look at Anaka and just go, "How have you not murdered them all yet?"
Anaka's face kind of breaks into that rare smile, and she says, "Your guess is as good as mine."
Ilsa's just like looking at the lightsabers because she does want one. But she's also watching the reactions of people, so she's not, doing a Jai, just asking for it.
Yeah, Muxo has sacrificed her ready stance to just sort of be standing like legs akimbo, hands behind where her blasters are, on her hips. Like, I also want that prisoner. That's what's going on. Like, I'll wait this out. Stance.
Okay.
Yes, aside from that, I want a rematch.
Does Zadu announce that?
Zadu says that, yeah.
Yeah.
Standing.
Yes. I just want to know what to put in my notes.
And I assume everybody's looking at Zadu like, "What do you mean
What the hell?"
Yeah.
Ilsa's just going to say, "Well, I don't have a lightsaber. May I please have one before whatever happens?"
We're being incredibly polite for us.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's real weird.
Can I get a roll for Ilsa? I'm just looking at the skill list because I work in too many systems and I confuse the names. Persuasion. Can I get a persuasion check for Ilsa?
It makes no difference.
Are you sure? Persuasion?
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Not use the force?
Yeah, it's gonna be persuasion.
And not use the force?
Not use the force, no. I mean, you can try use the force, but that I will go ahead and tell you that's gonna have bad consequences.
Okay. Well, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, using the force on an advanced force user.
What did I get? Like a 2? No, I didn't roll
It hasn't
yet.
pulled up
Okay.
yet. Here's somebody's phone ringing.
That's
Oh, I need to
nice.
switch over.
It still didn't. I swear I rolled it. I'm sorry. I'll turn it off as soon as I
Oh, no worries.
lets me roll it. I've hit this like 3 times.
Yeah, when I logged into Roll20 earlier, there was a little warning message that said that they were having trouble with some of their servers and stuff like that, so it might just be slow.
Okay, I rolled like
You might
4
just try
times.
like reloading. Yeah.
Okay.
I will also pull up your sheet here and see if I can get it to roll.
It's the lowest bonus. Oh my gosh. She's never going to get a lightsaber.
This is just the opening. This is the opening bid.
Yeah, it'll be fine. There we go. I got it to roll off your sheet. It might have the little like, do you want to add or subtract?
I hit
to
that.
the roll little window that came out too. Okay, weird. Yeah, sounds like Roll20's having some issues, but an 18 is pretty good. In total. So, yeah, they sort of look at Zadu and kind of smirk, which for a Kaminoan is a little unsettling, especially a really powerful, evil-looking one.
I actually know what a Kaminoan looks like.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So they give you a little smirk at the I want to rematch, but don't quite address it yet because they're distracted by Ilsa asking that question. And they look at you and kind of size you up for a moment. And for a second there, Ilsa, it feels like they are staring directly through your soul. Like just get this sort of cold feeling and probably like an uncomfortable feeling of like, well, like someone staring directly into your soul. And they kind of chuckle a little bit, which sounds really odd coming from them. And they say, you show potential, and well, you're probably all going to be dead soon, depending on what you decide to do from here. What color would you like?
Is there like a purpley blue one?
Sure.
Jai's face. I saw that face in character happening.
Oh, I mean, he's got his helmet on, so it's really just more like a.
That's the one that she picks, is the purpley blue one.
I like to think
Okay.
that Jai is totally unaware of how much of his body language comes through.
Oh, it's so much. It's all of it. That's such a good lightsaber color.
Yeah, they basically it's coming in pretty fast, but not fast enough to where it would like damage you. But they launch a lightsaber hilt at you.
Can it be a cool thing where she holds her hand out and catches it?
Sure.
Like perfect. Like, you know, like they're doing the 4C whatever that makes it work.
Yeah. I won't even make you roll for that. That just happens.
Thanks.
You check it out, or they check it out, and then you reach up your hand and grab it. And it looks really, really badass. And yeah, it's like a bluish purple blade.
Ilsa's gonna smile like you haven't seen her smile that much. She's really happy.
What's the ceiling
Uh,
situation look like for future planning purposes?
It's a fairly open temple. There are like skylights that are open
Okay.
in the stone, and the ceiling is very, very tall.
Okay, so like out of blaster reach and nothing really interesting hanging down.
I mean, you could probably shoot a blaster at the ceiling, but there's
If my
not-
goal was to
nothing-
create a barrier while skinny saber person is distracted by killing Zadu, would is this something that would happen?
Use the opportunity.
You're making a lot of assumptions here.
Yeah, you potentially you could make part of the ceiling cave in. I don't know that it would be enough to form like a barrier, but it would definitely be distracting.
Yeah. I'm feeling like there's not a lot of cover in this temple. So
Yeah.
okay.
There's not. There's some columns, things like that you could potentially hide behind, but there's not a lot of like really great cover.
Okay.
And then Ilsa, after they give you the lightsaber, they look over to Anaka and go, "Well, if you don't pan out, then maybe this one will."
All you kind of really see from Anaka in response is she still has that sort of grin on her face, but there's a little twitch in her jaws. She kind of grinds her teeth together, but she doesn't drop the smile.
Wild.
There's a quiet little chuckle and just a soft good kind of comment coming from this character.
Well, Ilsa is going to not thankfully, politely thank.
What's happening? What?
Ilsa's polite.
Ilsa's probably the most polite out of all of us. Yeah.
You're being
Yeah,
very polite to the Sith Lord.
It's the proper thing to do to thank the person for giving you a lightsaber before you probably die.
So Giles is like, you're being so giving. Does that mean we get to have them?
You lack the potential to properly use one.
Oh
Afraid
no, I
have
don't.
much-
Them, the prisoner.
Yeah, not the glow sticks.
Glow sticks.
Okay.
Here I was gonna say perhaps I could use you in my army, but you're calling lightsabers glow sticks. Perhaps not.
Oh no, my dad did that for well, I guess technically both the glow stick side of you and the Iowa bait side of you. So no thanks.
1 second.
I just did a stupid thing.
Yep. I need to look up how a certain thing works. Where is it at? Force powers.
Look,
All right,
I didn't
guys.
learn a whole lot
Let's
from his
play.
biological father. But one thing he did learn was how to insult the Kaminoan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
What's your
fuck
fortitude
'em.
defense?
Well, I
Here we
didn't.
go.
Fortitude defense is actually 24.
Okay.
I don't know that that's going to help me, but that's what the number
No.
says. Yeah.
No.
So should Muxo and Naka and Ilsa be trying to find a way out?
No, Muxo is
Possibly.
headed toward the ceiling.
Hold on, because this is something that's happening very quickly, even though I'm
Yeah.
taking a bit to find it.
Look, a
Yeah, they
Kaminoan telling the
definitely-
son of a clone to be in their army. That's a hot button topic.
Yeah, as soon as you say the bait comment, Jai, you suddenly find it impossible to draw breath.
Herp!
They are making absolutely no physical indication that they are doing anything, but you suddenly feel like something is constricting your airway.
Hey, Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
Best friend point.
Damn it. I'm gonna get you to hold on to your best friend point for a second. Can Anaka sense that this is coming from this person?
Give me a use the force roll. We'll see.
All right. I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna use roll 20 for this from now.
All right.
Because my dice don't like me. I need to get some new ones. Might have to do with the fact that Anaka doesn't have her own set yet. I have a set for all of my other characters, but not hers. So maybe that's why I rolled shitty. All right. I believe let me just double check. I believe my modifier is 17. It is. Let's see. Please let this be all right. Oh, okay. 31.
Yeah, you are aware that they are using the force they're using force grip on Jai, but you also sense that there is no intention to seriously damage Jai. It's more of a stop talking.
Yeah. Okay, Matt, I'll get you to hold on to your best friend point. You don't have to use it
Okay.
right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Anaka, sensing what she does from this interaction, laughs. It just gives like a little chuckle under her breath, as if to go kind of like, "Oh, kids will be kids. I guess it's just a stupid comment, right?" So she kind of gives that little chuckle, and she says, "You'll have to pardon him. He rarely knows when to hold his tongue."
Not wrong.
I imagine they probably say something along the lines of like, well, we could get rid of that problem entirely if you would like.
Anaka makes as if she's considering it. She tilts her head to the side, and the jewelry that she has around her head kind of like makes a little tinkling noise as they hang together while she tilts her head. And she kind of like looks around a little bit as if she's considering, and straightens back up, and she says, "Perhaps in the future I'll take you up on that offer, but maybe not yet."
Sorry, captioner just said, "Pizza Huts in the future. I'll take you up on that."
Do they have any Pizza Hut in space? I wonder.
I don't know.
The captioner is
Space Pizza Hut.
Nostradamus.
Space pizza. Right. Well, while all this polite conversation's happening,
Yeah.
Zadu's steadily making his way over to the stage, and then does it have stairs?
It does. It does.
Oh.
It's like a giant altar, but it could function as a stage.
Reaches it and then just walks up the stairs.
Okay. They don't do anything to dissuade you from doing so.
Musa will fly up. She's gonna cover.
Okay.
She's not like taking her rifle out or anything. It's just sort of like I'm right here.
Okay.
I think spread out is a good strategy right now.
I mean, probably not wrong. So Anaka, they do glance over at Zadu and sort of nod, and then look back at you, Anaka, and they say, "Look, you're clearly here for something. I'm assuming you've taken some sort of job to retrieve my little plaything back here."
Anaka gives a nod.
Okay. So, all right. Well, I think I've gotten most of the information out of that one that I would be willing to give them to you if you agree to be my apprentice. I'll even let you keep your playthings. And they kind of wave their hand towards the rest of the party.
I feel like this is the point in a cartoon where like the person would point to themselves and then look behind them. Like, what do you mean? Who are you talking to?
Muxo definitely like mutters into the communicator so you can hear. We'll talk about that.
Ilsa is nobody's plaything. She won't even say that. Like,
Say anything unnecessary.
They look at Ilsa and just go, anger, pride, good. Those are useful things that I can use. And they look back at you at Anaka and just go, you could also, of course, resist, which would be equally fun. They let go of you, Jai.
I just go take a nap for a minute.
Yeah, it doesn't deal any damage, and before you like black out or anything like that, they let go of you.
Once Anaka knows that Jai has been let go, she looks over to you, Jai, and just gives you like a very brief look. But it clearly says, "Shut the fuck up." I'll give that to you without a best friend point because, Anaka's curious to see what's going to happen, so we'll not waste it. She looks again like she's debating, Of course, we all know that she's not going to be anybody's apprentice, but yeah, she's got to make it look convincing. So she looks as if she's considering, and Jin, she just asks, kind of like, "Why me in particular?"
Well, you have potential. The previous emperor, if that's what you could call him, of this galaxy, employed some rather useful Force users, and you seem to be one of the better survivors of that. You have potential. And a lot of anger. And anger is good. I can use anger.
Perhaps you can use anger, but so can I. Why would I give it to you to use?
Well, if you prefer to die, I mean, that's all fine and good as well. There are other tools in the galaxy I can find. But if you would like to be part of something bigger and better and would like to help me bring, I know it sounds cliche, but if you would like to help me bring order back to the galaxy instead of these petty squabbles among Grand Admirals.
Are you with the Empire?
They kind of snap their head towards you, Ilsa, and not like in a angry kind of way, but just like a sudden turn of their head, and they go, "I am the Empire."
Ilsa is not like that.
Yeah, no.
A
They
little
just
message.
ooze pure evil.
A little message pops up above Ilsa's head that just says, "Ilsa will remember that."
Yeah. But yeah, they just say, "I am the Empire, and I'll restore order one way or the other, with or without all of you. Why don't I give you some time to think about your answer, Anaka?" And then they turn their head to Zadu and go, "This one seems very anxious to conclude some business we started before."
Ah, yes. I like it.
All right. What's Zadu gonna do?
Well, first I gotta draw my blade. Well, I believe we started something.
They pull up 11 blades now. And they're sort of parallel to the ground. So the blades are pointing out horizontally at you. And they're in somewhat of a defensive stance, but not seeming overly concerned. It seems like they are willing to let you take the first strike.
Oh, sure. Oh, I didn't open my sheet. That's a little awkward. Hold on, give me a second.
No worries. Anaka, while this is happening, there's a little voice in your head. And that voice is going, "The Sith is full of themselves."
Oh, my little head friend. I love that.
Oh, good.
Luso says into her communicator for Zadu to hear, like, scale of 1 to 10, how mad are you going to be if I help?
Zadu. Let's see. Zadu will say, "Oh no, you should not help at all."
Then Luxo will go to untie the prisoner.
Okay.
Where's Locke, by the way? Did we bring him with us down here?
Oh yeah, I can't remember. Do you want Locke here with you?
Oh, we wouldn't have left him behind. That's just mean.
I mean, that said, I don't know that we want Locke in this situation, but
Oh, I never got to explain to Locke what a duel means.
But do we want him alone on the ship?
Perhaps Locke is perhaps Locke is not here. We told him it was a boring planet. There's no one to kill on here.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. We didn't
Okay.
expect anything. All the rest of them were investigation.
Because we didn't detect any life, so
I'm totally fine with that because this character would wreck Locke, and I would be
Could
sad.
also have like asked Locke to water the plants or something.
oh no. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh god.
You may come back to some dead plants, but sure.
This liquid seems usable.
We'll just have to get. Okay, maybe not then, because she will be unhappy if she kills the plants.
All right.
All right.
But yeah, we'll say that Locke's not here, and the last thing that Forced Ghost Friend says to Anaka is, tell them you have a pure Sith Master. You don't need this Kaminoan pretender.
Just picture Naka having this argument in her head.
Your friend's giving you great advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her general response is, "Will you just shut up?"
Okay.
There's a whole conversation back and forth of like, how dare you tell me to shut up, and bickering.
Okay.
Okay, going back to Zadu.
Sorry, yes.
Nobody's asked the character's name yet, but I'm going to let everybody know just so I can stop saying the character. Their name is Darth Jen. Jen apostrophe.
Okay.
Ah, yes, Jennifer.
Which was Sith or Mando for something I can't remember. That was really cool, and I don't remember what it was now. But that's their name. It's Darth Jen.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jennifer.
Well,
It's not short for Jennifer.
let's see how this goes, huh? Zadu shoots a very meaningful look at Muxo and mouths Locke.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this later.
Yeah, I guess I'll just attack. Why not?
Okay. I am going to do turn order. I'm not going to make you roll initiative, though. It's just going to be in the order of things that have been happening. So it's going to be Zadu, then Jen, then Muxo, and then whoever wants to go next to do something.
So, sorry.
No worries.
All right. Yeah. So rapid strike. Yeah, it's rapid strike. So that's -2. But listen, okay. So 2 strikes. I guess at the same sort of time. Yeah. Of course. Why must I always roll low? This is why I build my character so powerfully, because I never roll well. It just sucks.
I tell you what. Since they are letting you have the first attack, I will let you roll your attacks this turn with advantage. So you can re-roll those if you'd like.
Yeah, let's see. All right. Sure. Oh no! Oh no! Everything's going wrong. My browser. Thank you.
Oof.
Unfathomably, I roll low all the time. It hurts.
Yeah. You go to strike, and I mean, it's pretty solid footwork and good strikes, but they just basically sidestep, and one of those lightsabers sort of, swings down and sort of swats you on the back plate. With it being Beskar, it does no damage to you, but it's just sort of a, like if you were fencing with someone and they were to like swat you on the behind as you overextended as they stepped out of the way, just sort of a like adding insult to injury kind of a thing.
Zadu looks so excited to have a good duel happening.
All right, it's gonna be their turn. I apologize in advance. What's your reflex defense?
ET is low. It's 21 because I didn't take improved armor defense, I believe.
Okay, one of the attacks misses.
Mm.
So that did not roll off the table. There we go. All right, so 2 of the attacks will hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Jen swings at you with 3 lightsabers, just sort of floating in the air, coming at odd angles. You manage to dodge 1, but 2 of them do hit, and that's going to be we're going to lower their base damage a little bit, because that's really high. 38 damage.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. What do I got?
Plus 20?
Well, that's with 2 attacks hitting, so plus 10.
Okay. That's
2 attacks in 1. So actually, I'm sorry, I should have rolled that separately because of your damage threshold. So that should be 3 plus 1 plus 10, so that's 14 and 24.
Okay. Sorry, the damage threshold.
So it may not pass your damage threshold.
27?
Okay, then yeah, you're good.
Threshold?
You just take the damage.
Okay.
You don't go down on the condition track, which is good. Next is Muxo.
Yeah, so I'm coming back down to get them free.
Okay.
Are they conscious?
They are not currently conscious.
Okay.
And the cage is locked with an electronic lock.
Okay. Mechanical, right? Or is it use computer or mechanics?
Use computer for this one.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't work. I'm just gonna shoot it.
I mean, that might work.
But first, use computer this is alphabetical. So. Yeah, no. Next round, I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay. All right. Who would like to go next? Jai, Anaka, or Ilsa?
Jai's going to hold an action, or
Okay.
I guess ready an action, to try to just like stop either of the other 2 from getting involved.
Okay.
Like, if you really want to get by, Jai's not going to like grapple you or anything, but it's just like if one of y'all moves, he's going to be like, nope. He's worked with Zadu before. He knows what Zadu's all about. But if you're really determined to get involved, he'll let you. But he's going to ready that action to be like, maybe don't. Let him have this.
Okay.
Ilsa is, since I was away from the keyboard, Ilsa has been playing with her new lightsaber. Learning how to use it and swinging it around.
Uxo's learning so much about her crew right now.
Okay. All right. Are you doing anything specific with the lightsaber, or just kind of playing with it, getting a feel for it?
Getting a feel for it, making sure she can, make the blade turn on, and I don't think she has enough force stuff yet to use it without holding it. She might try it once, probably almost drop it.
All right. Yeah, the lightsaber that you currently have feels and looks very, 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 very old. And not in like it being delicate or anything like that, but just the metal feels very worn from just time. So it's very smooth and shiny. The metal also looks like an older metal. The design looks like very different from a lot of aesthetic things that you would see currently. You just get the sense that this is an ancient lightsaber. It does have an on-off button and a lock blade button, so that you can turn it on and put it in the lock it into the on position. Like if you were going to try to throw it, for example.
Could she do that?
You can certainly try to throw it.
It's just up in the air, not to hit anybody.
Yeah, sure. Are you doing this with the blade on? Oh dear.
Oh no.
Let's do.
Okay, you know what? No, she won't.
Glad
Okay.
we're wearing Beskar.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. It's good that you're in Beskar.
She doesn't have to. Just
Okay, it's up to you. Just throwing a lit lightsaber in the air when you're not familiar with how to use them is not generally a good idea.
okay. Well, okay. She's throwing it up to catch it and turn it on.
Okay, that works. Yeah, you're able to do that.
Okay.
I'm just hearing that Christmas Story movie where they're like, you'll shoot your eye out, but instead it's you'll cut your hand off. Anyways, sorry, Zoom froze there. So V, what's going on? In case you missed any of it, was Zadu missed. Jen counterattacked and it hurt a lot. Muxo tried to get the cage open and was not successful with the lock, and Ilsa is figuring out how to use this lightsaber. Jai is currently like standing guard,
Observing.
observing, and is ready to stop anybody from getting involved in the duel. So, V, what would you like to do?
Oh my god. Can I leave everybody here and never come back?
We have
That
to
is
steal a spaceship.
Certainly an option,
No.
though not the
Um,
best one.
just to soothe Jai's fears, Anaka makes no move to join the fray. But she's very focused on Jen and Zadu, and what they're doing, and she rests her hand on the hilt of her new lightsaber, as if getting ready to grab it and ignite it if she needs to. But she seems determined to not do so, and she kind of like scrunches up her eyebrows as if she's concentrating very hard. And the reason for that, unbeknownst to anybody else, is because she is trying very, very hard to not hear a voice in her head if that voice chooses to speak. She's ignoring it.
Oh, it's definitely speaking quite a bit. It's cursing out this Sith pretender, an ancient Sith that you don't quite understand. So it's just a lot of gibberish to you. That's very angry and constant, mixed in with some you should go stab them in the back while they're distracted, advice like that. That's terrible advice.
Which she ignores at all.
I'm so glad you clarified that.
Just to confirm too, so nobody's helping Muxo get this prisoner out of the cage.
No.
Muxo will remember this.
Honestly, I think the rest of us are all very distracted.
It's fair.
Did Muxo ask for help, or because I missed that part?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Muxo over here progressing the story plot, while the rest of us are all just like readying the Viking funeral for Zadu, I guess.
Well, if she reaches out, Ilsa will help her, but I think Ilsa is thinking.
You're
Muxo-
distracted by your new toy, and
Yeah.
it's fine. You're also going to be best friends with Anaka.
No,
and
probably
so
not best
Jai,
friends.
and
Anaka can only handle one best friend at a time. I don't know what you're talking
Hey!
about.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, if Muxo
Zadu
just says,
like
if
Locke's
Muxo
the only
just
one who
says it,
matters.
if she just says that she needs help, Ilsa will like stop playing with her
Okay.
toy.
All right, then we're gonna go ahead and go back to the top of the order here with Zadu.
That next cake's gonna be bought.
Can I add him to attack rolls? By the way,
Can you add, what was that? Sorry.
can I add anything to attack rolls? By the way, just ask.
Yeah, absolutely. You can add. You can do force points or d6s. You currently have 6 d6. Destiny points can be used to make it auto crit as well as to negate an attack. So that is an option as well.
To auto crit.
And now we see how things end.
Destiny point for an auto crit, huh?
That is a thing that can happen. And again, they can also be used to make things not hit you. So just bear that in mind.
I've got 7 destiny points. I mean, if he's got 3 attacks, one of them's going to be left somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, for my first attack of this round could be a crit. You know what I mean?
Oh, if you disarm any of his lightsabers, Jai will definitely try to steal it on the way out the door. Just if you want that extra bit of encouragement to do something reckless.
But if I auto hit, does it guarantee? If I auto crit, does it guarantee a hit, or is it just?
Yeah. It's basically an automatic nat 20.
Oh yes.
If you have multiple attacks, it only works for one attack, but
yeah, that's fine.
Just to clarify that too, but yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna. Well, I'll do that here in a second.
Could you imagine auto critting on 3 hits?
Okay. First one
Okay.
does not hit, so that's cool. But second one, I can make an auto crit, right, with a destiny point.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right.
To be fair,
I mean, still roll because you never know, you might get a nat 20.
True, but probably not.
Yeah.
I just never roll well ever. That's
only a 12.
It's baffling. I can't roll above 12. Yeah, I'll auto crit that.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see. Rapid strike adds another die of damage. So what? The 3d6 turns to 6d6.
Correct. Yeah. Go ahead and or just roll 3d6 and multiply that by 2.
Oh, how do I multiply it?
Oh, just whatever you get. Just say it's twice that, basically.
Oh,
I don't know the way to do it. Roll 20.
I thought you meant there was like a that could put it. I was like, oh, that's nice. Nope.
No,
just,
I wonder if does that work?
I don't know. I've never tried to double it. Roll 20. Like, I don't know that there is a command for that in roll 20.
No, it doesn't work.
All right.
Oh, Jay said they think it's the asterisk.
Oh, maybe.
Well, let's see. Roll 3d6 asterisk 2.
Yes, that works.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So then we just need
My roll. What? It went through, but it just.
it's lagging again.
Okay, it's time to get a refresh. I was just rolling. Okay, come on, roll 20. Come on a little bit.
It hits, and how bad it hits is the suspenseful moment.
Yeah, probably not that bad based on.
This is roll 20 telling you that you fucked up and it's not going to take any part in it.
I actually can't get it to roll. Okay.
All right, I can do the roll for you if you want.
Hold on. No, I can just roll 3d6 and then double it. Or...
Yeah, that works too. Okay. If you've got physical dice there, if you want to do it that way.
Oh no, just in roll. 20. I didn't try rolling the roller. I was trying to type it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll give it a try since it's being weird.
Okay, so here we go. 3d6. It's
There it
shit.
goes.
14
So
plus
4
8.
22.
22, yeah.
Okay.
All the damage, potential damage I could have done. I bet
How-
when I typed it was better.
How do you want to describe this attack? Like, what does Zadu do to inflict 14 damage?
So throughout the beginning part of this this duel, Zadu has been, basically partly seeing where he previously was in the last duel to now, and slowly starting to get used to dealing with a lightsaber chain. And finally, I think, just after another missed attack, sees that sliver of opening and just slashes diagonally, sort of just upwards, and gets through.
Okay. They recoil from the attack, and although they don't look particularly badly damaged, the look on their face is one of just shock that you actually landed a hit. And they seem to start taking it a little bit more seriously.
I'll take my cheap thrills.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll their attack. They're going to do the same thing, just a triple attack with the lightsabers. Actually,
Destiny for a reason.
Actually, yeah, they're still going to do that. But one of them's coming at Muxo because you're trying to mess with the cage.
Oh,
So
no.
2 lightsabers go towards Zadu. Oh, those are both going to hit. And
my
then a is that a 23 towards Muxo.
I'm like 90% sure that hits.
Okay.
I am in medium armor, so I think it does. Yes.
Okay. Then I will roll these attacks here for the damage.
Just barely. I have a 22.
Oh, it's so close.
Yeah.
2d8 plus 10. All right, so that is a 16 and a 26 on Zadu, and then a 19 on Muxo.
Okay.
I can Destiny that 26 away, because that's
Yes, you can.
that's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
What was
That
the
up.
number? Was it 15 or 19?
19 on Muxo. Yeah, that was max damage.
So yeah, just another shock for our buddy Sith Lord.
That's just below my threshold. It was just
Another
above my armor
vengeance.
class and just below my threshold.
Oh goodness.
I would have destinied that if it hadn't been. It had been a 20.
Momentum.
I'm fragile.
Yeah. So yeah, Zadu, you're starting to pull like the Goku thing, where it's like they come in with the same attack and Goku starts to learn. It's kind of what's going on. You're able to suddenly magically dodge one of those attacks.
But Muxo acts like it didn't happen. She doesn't flinch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a personality trait thing, not a discipline thing. It's literally just, she's not. You don't let people see you cry.
I see.
Of course not.
From where we're standing, can we see that a lightsaber went at Muxo?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Oh, good.
Because you don't see her flinch.
Oh,
I've been-
Beskar.
She's in the middle of pulling out her
Yeah.
blaster.
Yeah,
You're a
I got you
Mando.
that.
Of course you didn't flinch.
Hmm.
it catches her between the Beskar plates and does some damage, but yeah,
Mhm.
no flinching. Muxo, it is your turn next.
Okay, I'm gonna. How much do I really have to roll for a point blank shot?
No, I'm not gonna
Okay.
make you do that.
I'm gonna shoot at the lock.
You can literally put the barrel against the lock if you want to.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna find a vulnerable spot, like where it attaches the hinge or whatever. Not the hinge, but the thing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
connector.
you blast the lock console, and in true Star Wars fashion, it disables the lock, and the cage swings open. The prisoner, she's got like handcuff type bindings on, and they're sort of attached to a hook at the top of the cage.
Mhm.
So she's sort of like not exactly hanging in the air, but isn't completely flat on her feet either.
Okay. Do I have enough
and-
action left to try to take them down?
You can get to her, but you can't lift her yet.
Okay.
But
And she is
does,
unconscious.
she appeared to be unconscious. She's facing away from you,
Mhm.
but you do hear a slight kind of sound.
Yeah.
Like maybe she's regaining consciousness.
We gotcha.
All right, and then that will be Ilsa's turn next.
Sorry, trying to think of what she can do.
Well, you could help Muxo get the prisoner down. You can try to help Zadu. I wouldn't recommend getting involved in the duel, but that is an option. You can. That's about it, unless there's something else that you want to try, or if you want to like
The prisoner.
retreat before this gets too bad, or
Get the prisoner.
the prisoner is
Get in
your
front of the
whole
cage and
reason for being
deflect
here.
for me.
I'm trying to pull up just what she can do. Because I think she's was playing with the lightsaber, and then she noticed that the two lightsabers go towards her friends. Which, oops, that's not a good thing. Oh my goodness! Of course I went to the wrong window.
Hey, at least with
So
lightsaber
because-
wounds, you're not going to bleed, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
They do cauterize.
So are you looking up like what attacks you can do, or?
Yeah, she could help with the force.
Oh, I gotcha. So using the Force on Korriban and this close to Darth Jen, do you have
No,
risks?
not on Cornbat, on helping Muxo with the prisoner.
No, I just mean like
Okay.
using the Force in general in this
Okay.
location does have certain risks, but you can do it. Just that there is going to be that constant pull of the dark side because you are at a Sith burial ground.
Get your own
And that
ghost
just-
best friend.
Yeah, you might get your own friend.
Oh no.
But yeah, you can absolutely do so. It's just that there's a chance that the pull of the dark side will be stronger on you.
She really wants to help, and that's the first thing that she thinks of is, stop playing with the lightsaber. Use whatever this new thing is to help her friend.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Go ahead and do a use the Force roll.
Oh my gosh. Now, out of character, I know this isn't the smartest idea, but she's going on instinct that she doesn't usually do that. She's usually very,
I'm with Hope on this one. It's a very solid character choice.
yeah. Okay. Please work, dice.
This force 20. Yeah, you are absolutely able to lift up the prisoner and get them unhooked from that hook. And if you want, you can just sort of like drop them in Muxo's arms, so Muxo
Yes.
can catch her.
Yeah. And I'm like doing this kind of surprised that I can do it, but not at the same time.
Yeah. And then what is your will defense?
Oh boy. Let's see. Somehow I closed her sheet, so let me see. Probably was afraid and just closed it. Why is it not?
If I can't roll, then nothing bad can happen.
Right. Exactly.
I'll see if it'll pull up for me too, because yeah, Roll20 is just having a lot of lag in general right now.
She has
It's taking
every.
a long time to load for me.
She has all of the will defense points.
All of them.
I have no idea, honestly. Just
Jay in chat just said, if I burn my dice, I'm safe.
you just scratch all the numbers off of them.
I don't think that's how it works. Okay, it's finally starting to load the sheet up again. There we go. Will defense 23. Oh, gonna sneeze. Nope, maybe not.
I hate those.
Oh goodness.
Okay, mine
Okay.
just came up.
Will defense 23 versus the 22. So you succeed. So you hear some faint, dark sounding whispers coming from somewhere in the canyon. But
Not
you're
now,
able to
dark
just-
side. I'm helping my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah. You're able to just shrug it off and you're fine. All right. Next we've got Anaka.
All right. So Zadu is doing what Zadu's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Ilsa has just helped with the force, and Muxo now has the prisoner. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
From where Anaka is, how does Muxo look like she's doing holding that prisoner? You good?
She's staggered a little because holding an entire person is difficult for an average strength person, but she's determined to she's gonna do this. she's letting her jetpack help.
That works, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She never turned it off. She's just been kind of hovering a little bit over the ground.
All right. Well, given that there's no immediate danger, because she's not touching the situation with Zadu with a 10-foot pole, she will stay her action for another round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was the sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. All right, and then Jai, are you doing anything this turn?
No. I think Jai is still just like he gets kind of cheered in his helmet when Zadu landed that hit, but he's just here like kind of cheering on his friend kind of from the sidelines without really moving or anything.
Okay.
So no, Jai is just like the other half of the "Witness Me" chant from Fury Road.
All right. Then we'll go back to the top, which is Zadu. How do you want to do this?
Well, I feel like you're about to ask yourself that in a second.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay, so he's attacked Muxo.
Was that like just sort of like a casual tossing over his shoulder? Is that what happened?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Their entire focus is on Zadu, and just a lightsaber just left to go try to dissuade you from opening the cage.
She really
Yeah.
feels like that's fair. You know, that's the sort of thing that someone that powerful would do.
Yeah.
I mean, he tacitly gave us permission to take them, so.
If Anaka agreed.
Arms way doesn't.
Oh,
She's still
right.
thinking about it.
Okay, sorry.
She's not thinking about it.
I was just reading. For a second.
No
Okay,
worries.
great. Let's
Ugh.
because I was looking at harm's way, but it only accounts if they're adjacent. Okay, so attacks again. Let's go. Come on, big rolls, big rolls.
Get that
Let's
nat
see
20.
him. Let's see him.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
11.
Ow! Come on. Why are my rolls so bad?
11.
26?
26? Not bad.
Hold on.
18.
18 though.
Would you like to add a d6 to that? Or force point?
Absolutely. I'll drop a force point on it.
Okay.
This should just roll one, right?
29. We're gonna call that a hit. He's a little distracted by what's going on with Mook, so I'm just gonna say
Damn, that's a pity me.
slightly flat-footed, so it hits.
It hurts.
You know, the hot pink is a strategy as well as being an
Yeah.
indulgence.
Okay. Hold on, that 17 damage should be plus another d6. So 21 damage.
21. Okay. Okay. You've made them angry.
Ah, good.
Just like you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
This is the part of the Witness Me where he spray paints his face silver for some reason.
You don't make them
just reading
angrier?
up on
If they
them.
couldn't hit me for a round.
Oh, that would make them very angry. Okay. Make a use the force check. Okay.
Don't like that.
Okay. Plus that.
Don't like that.
Did I do that?
So that is
Zadu is dead. Long live the Ewok.
Zadu's not dead yet.
That makes it worse, Raven.
Well, they decided to do the non-lethal option of the two things that I was considering.
Oh, so Zadu
Um,
doesn't die. Zadu becomes NPC to come back and murder us later. Got it.
No.
Actually, you know what? That would be interesting.
Par, please. Par, please.
Unless.
Or
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So they're gonna do they're doing disarm. I'm throwing. They have force points, so I'm throwing those in there. And then
for a lightsaber user, isn't that just literal?
I see what you did there. But they're being surprisingly restrained. So they force grab your weapon there, Zadu. Which no, that's way above your reflex defense. So yeah, they grab it, and rules as written is they can destroy it, but I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm just gonna have them throw it towards the entrance of the temple. And then they hiss at you.
I've improved.
Is that what Zadu says?
Yes.
Yeah, they just sort of hiss back and they go, "Yes, some minor, minuscule level of improvement, but you're still no match. And it is going to be Muxo's turn.
I'm going to take a defensive fly across the floor, trying to like head for a column, but in the direction of the door.
Okay.
Some part of having a crew is trusting them. See how
That's
that works
true.
out. Yeah, and I'll just reiterate to the prisoner, got this. We'll get you out of here. Got your hair tie on the ship.
Okay.
So entire action is movement.
Okay. No worries. And then next is Ilsa, and I'm just trying to find. There's a particular force power that they have. But it's Ilsa's turn.
So Muxo seems to have, she seems to be getting the prisoner out. And Zadu's still being self-destructive.
That's what you want to call it.
This is great. I love it.
That's the one.
If it helps, after she talks to the prisoner, Muxo will say, "Cover me."
Okay, she's just gonna cover Muxo anyway.
Get the prisoner out.
Like to where she can kind of assist in either a blaster or lightsaber any threats away.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Muxo is
zigzagging along toward the columns.
Zigzagging out. Ilsa is giving Muxo cover. Anaka, your turn.
There's really not much that Anaka herself wants to get involved with here. Everybody seems like they're doing okay. Again, aside from Zadu, who has brought this on himself. And
Zadu's
Anaka,
keeping them occupied.
yeah. And Anaka doesn't really want to be sliced and diced by 11 lightsabers today. She just got this cool new lightsaber and a new friend. Why would she want to risk that? Can she... I don't think she would do that on Zadu's behalf. Never mind. Yeah, no, Anaka's not going to do anything. She'll probably move to Muxo's position.
Okay.
Help her with the prisoner.
And then Jai.
So with Jai's loose understanding of Zadu's like whole code of dueling thing, Jai pretty much considers that the Sith person has now cheated because they felt very, very threatened by this and is considering this duel done. So Jai's just like on the helmet, just like, Anaka, Zadu, time to go right now, and is gonna ready an action for when they're past him.
Okay. All right, then it'll be Zadu's turn next.
Well, I've got no sword. That sucks. It does. But
I think your gauntlet has a vibroblade.
what? I don't remember installing that.
Jaws does. Has a Beskar sword in it.
I don't
Good
think I
old,
have
good
that.
old Saxon, but I think that was it.
I
But
thought
you-
that was just the standard little.
No, we just have
Thump,
the
thump.
the grappling hook and the flamethrowers.
But
Ah.
yep, instead of a sword, I do have a flamethrower.
Yes,
Hell yes! Hell yes!
light them up.
So Zadu's gonna go ahead and try to hit with this. I want to I want to auto crit this just for the
These are literally things that Mandos have
just for the
to
needling.
combat force users. Like this is
Yeah.
our strategy.
All right. Well, that's just
Crit.
that's not nice.
Crit.
That's not nice. Credit.
Crit.
You tell all right. If you tell me, I'll credit. I'll spend another destiny point.
Go for it.
This is cinematic as hell.
You're
Do
you're
it.
in a duel that you
So-
with someone who's like way above your level on purpose.
For
This is when you use destiny points.
okay, so what that
Yeah.
be 46 plus what 5. So I rolled a 46. Yeah, what is happening with my rolls? Jeez, wow.
Yeah, that's.
So that's 18. I just
But times 2.
no. It was 2d6, so I already doubled it to 46.
Oh.
When I roll.
Let's just take the 6 of the 4 and call it a 20.
All right, so 25.
Okay.
You know what we could use right now? Proton torpedoes.
Then after lighting him up, literally, Zadu's gonna basically try to zone him out. He's gonna rotate so that eyes on him, but Zadu's back will be to the party,
Okay.
and he'll slowly back off.
So after setting them on fire, they are literally on fire because they're not taking the time to put themselves out. So they just let out a just the most anime villain, super pissed off sounding scream that echoes throughout the canyon and just sounds horrifying. And then they're gonna use lightning burst. So I'm gonna adjust this power just a little bit. So normally it's lightning arcs out from your body and it strikes adjacent enemies, and then you can use a force power to make it do more damage, or a force point rather. Rather than do more damage, I'm gonna have the force point just extend the range so that it can hit more people.
Mhm.
And so it's gonna do that. It should not come anywhere near close to killing any of you, but definitely will let you know their wrath. And I dropped my d20. Okay, I've got another one. Okay, so that's okay. Is anyone's reflex defense 30 or higher?
No, but can I be shielding the prisoner with my body?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. Alive is
okay.
important.
Want the lightning
That's
go
true.
right through?
It's
Star Wars lightning.
it's Star Wars lightning, yeah. It's space magic.
Oh, I see, I see.
All right.
Force of personality.
All right. So everyone will take 12 damage and move 1 step down the condition track.
Oh,
But I don't believe that will affect your ability to run. And that is their turn.
Where's the reflex defense on the sheet again?
It's under defenses, which is directly below your attributes box.
And what number was it you said?
Reflex. 30 is really high, so
Oh,
I
okay.
kind of doubted
Oh, okay.
anybody had
No.
that, but I wanted to check. And then, yeah, on your condition track on the sheet, you just go to the -1, which basically just gives you a -1 to everything.
And how many did I lose again?
It was 12 damage.
Okay.
So not too bad of damage, but the condition track is definitely enough to be worrying if you were to stick this out.
Yeah, it lowers your AC as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
So that's their turn. Next is Muxo.
Where am I at?
You're just about to the entrance. Like you
Okay.
can get out into the canyon this turn.
Okay. I'm gonna get just beyond the door and turn and like peek through to check on people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next is gonna be Ilsa. I presume you are also getting the heck out of Dodge. All right. I think where everybody is, you're gonna be able to get out this turn.
There's definitely a let's
Anaka.
go going on in communicators. It's probably annoying.
Yeah. Anaka, how about you?
Yeah, last turn she started to move towards Muxo, so she'd be following as well.
All right. Then Jai, the only one left not past you is Zadu.
Oh. Okay. Zadu, are we going? Over the comm.
Yes, as loath as I am to admit it.
Okay, then Jai is holding that readied action that I've got for once Zadu is past him.
All right.
Wait, why aren't you running?
I'm waiting on you.
Yeah,
Let him be a brave boy.
no, I think I can make the whole chamber. I think you should probably just run. We can probably outrun.
Okay. All right. Jai's just like, all right.
So is Jai running then?
Jai's gonna do a quick odds evens roll.
Okay.
Okay. Jai's like, okay. There's a delay.
Okay.
Tosses a thermal detonator to the stage that is set for a 2-round delay and runs.
You should have thrown that a round ago. No,
I had a whole plan. It was gonna be cool, but Zadu wants to die, I guess.
no, I meant I could make it across the chamber. I just.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Let's go.
All right.
All right. Well, see you out there.
Zadu, it's your turn next.
Zadu looks back. Sorry, not looks back. Looks at the Sith Lord. Once again, it seems we will have unfinished business. And then, because speaking of free action, so seeing that there's now a thermal detonator on the floor, Zadu's going to do that funny little full action and turn around and run.
All right. They will get an attack of opportunity. You absolutely have the option to negate it with a destiny point if you need to. Let me just find out what their attack actually is. Oof. I didn't realize what their just standard attack bonus was. Holy crap. That's a 32?
Okay, let's let Destiny intervene
Okay.
with a
Just
Destiny
for-
point.
Just for kicks and giggles, it would have been 15 damage.
Yeah. Man, that would have dropped me.
Jay. Let me just find out what their damage is. Oh.
That would drop me by 2 points, bro. Another day.
Alright, so you're using a destiny point to negate it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's their turn. And I kind of feel bad for doing this.
Do
But
you?
It's
lie.
absolutely what. It's absolutely what they would do. Let me just look up the mechanics behind it real quick.
Oh no.
Can move object up to medium size. How far can I move things?
Are you using fold space?
No, I'm using move object, which is.
I was gonna ask you if I could use fold space. I love that we both had the same brainwave.
These things
one
work
character
better when you can
object
bolt them down.
Yeah.
I
It was a
had
great
whole
plan. I
No,
love
this
it.
wasn't
I
even
love
the
that plan.
I
Love
had a
it.
whole plan.
Yeah.
I have a fire extinguisher that provides total cover if I fire it off.
All right. Telekinetically move a target up to 6 squares in any direction. Okay, there it is. So far enough away that it's not gonna hurt them.
Just barely, yeah.
But and I think you all will be, as long as Jai gets out of there this turn, you'll be out of the blast as well. But yeah, they basically force throw it at you. And then it's and back away. They disappear deeper into the temple. Muxo, it's your turn. You see a thermal detonator just got force thrown
It's fine. Just keep
towards the
going.
door.
Can I Oh, I'm gonna try to push it back with my blaster.
What?
What? You have a person!
Ma'am?
We're fine! Just run!
Well, I'm flying and I can put a hand back.
No, let's see how this works out.
Well, if I intersect it, it might not go the full 6 squares, right?
Oh boy.
You know what?
I mean, it's shooting a blaster at a high explosive. What could go wrong? But sure, we could try. I now have to look
I'm
at the hit points.
unlikely to hit it. It's like palm sized, right?
It's about the size of a baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to do something ridiculous. I'd have to like get a crit, and I'm not willing to spend a destiny point on it.
I'm willing to spend.
You can just use your whole move to
Flagrantly.
run. It's fine. We're gonna be okay.
Nah.
Oh,
Nah.
no.
This has been just flagrant abuse of destiny points this session.
It really has.
That's what they're
Okay.
for.
There are.
Well, I don't
18?
hit. I don't hit.
You probably graze it.
Well, that's satisfying.
Um,
Okay, so did it make it the full 6 squares before I hit it? Grazed it?
Sure, kinda.
I don't want that.
It's weird with turns.
I kind of wanted to make it go off before it reached the full 6 squares. That was my intention.
Oh, I see. That also 4 square burst radius.
You don't want to do. That's 8d10 damage I'm going to be taking to the face.
Yeah,
Oh, it
you
wasn't
don't-
going to go off yet.
No,
can-
it's still got another round before it goes off.
Oh, fuck.
I set it on a delay.
Never mind.
Okay.
So it wasn't Zadu this episode, it was Jai.
we'll retcon that then.
She will point the blaster back, reconsider when she sees where Jai is, and keep going.
Okay.
So the motion is not
Uh,
quite completed.
Interesting.
There's a very
note-
dramatic like look through the visor, and then go.
Okay. Interesting note. I never thought I'd have to look up what the hit points are for a thermal detonator. Oddly enough, there are none. Probably because they didn't expect anyone to be trying to shoot one.
They should
Why would
always
you
expect
shoot
that.
it? I will reconsider when I see how close Jai is.
Okay. Oh my god. All right. Ilsa's turn. You're out of the entrance. Do you just
Everyone
keep
needs to
running?
know that Muxo's prepared for danger, though.
Yeah.
Noted.
So she can look back and see that everyone is okay.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, she's just gonna keep going.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy backup sword.
Anaka?
Not stopping for shit.
Okay. Jai.
Did Zadu grab his sword on the way out, or is it still on the floor?
Oh, I did not.
Good.
But
That's
that doesn't
fine,
mean
then.
you have to grab it.
Well, look, it's okay. I have a jetpack, you see. Can I, while doing a full round just move, can I just grab it on my way out the door?
Yeah, make a dex check. Just
Okay.
D20 plus dex.
Donk. Thankfully, I'm good at this.
Yeah,
Oh.
you grab it. Yeah,
All right.
you grab it on your way out.
So yeah, full round jetpack, full burn away from a thermal detonator that I threw.
Okay. After, I assume you're all just running back to the ship at this point, right?
Some of us are jetpacking, but yes.
Yeah,
Muso cannot run with a body in her arms with her legs.
that's totally fair. In that case, after the equivalent of like 2 or 3, probably like 3, maybe even 4 rounds, you're probably like halfway to getting to your ship.
Mhm.
There is a very Sith-looking small ship that takes off from behind the Sith temple.
Just over the comms to everybody. If he takes that ship out of orbit before we get a chance to steal it, I'm going to be quite put out.
Better
To be
run
fair, there are
fast.
probably some pretty dangerous droids on there.
But we have a lock.
Very true.
Next time. Next time, while Zadu's dueling him, we can steal the ship.
Told y'all we should have taken it first.
I agree.
Thanks for that raid.
You know, we still got cake.
Ooh, cake!
Yes.
Somehow
in.
extra burst of speed.
Yes.
Welcome in the Simpleton Review, coming in with a party of 3. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in. Hope you had a great stream. We just had an epic battle with a Sith Lord, and amazingly everyone lived. I thought for sure someone was going to die this episode. And yeah,
Not like we didn't
we're,
try.
Yeah, we're running back to the ship now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're able to get back to the ship. You can still see the other spacecraft in the sky as you're walking into the ship. It's pretty small up there in the sky, but you can still see it.
Okay, so we'll go to. She's not putting this person who's been through so much in the brig yet. So she'll bring her into her quarters, doors open, and start doing the medical thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are very not in good shape.
Okay, so treat injury.
Yeah. They're basically at the -10 on the condition track, like 2 HP, kind of in bad shape.
Okay.
Next upgrade, medical suite.
Okay, I need a 20, don't I?
For treat injury, I think you need a minimum of 15.
Okay, so I will add a force point.
If I recall correctly. I will look it up for you.
So that's a 16. And if it is 20, I'm sure no one minds if I use a d6.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Oh, you are right. It is a 20 to treat injury.
Well, at least I didn't get under 10, which is actually damaging.
Yeah.
I did read the rules on this. They're not great. Okay, so that's only a 19.
Use another.
Uh,
This character feels like they could be important. Use another.
Okay.
Use another.
You can also use force
another.
points.
I have 1 force point left for this level.
Fair. Yep. Normally you can only use 1d6 per roll, but I will allow 2 for this because you are so close.
Okay. It was 19.
Yeah. You're
And I think it's like
already
half
so
my
close.
level of healing.
Let's see. Heal damage. So if you meet DC 20, heal an amount of damage equal to the character's Constitution bonus times the creature's level.
The creature's level. Okay.
So they get. I won't give any spoilers as to how powerful they are just yet, but they do get a number of hit points that seems to make them more conscious, though they are still pretty out of it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just what's really important here is that she acted in a caring way. So
Yeah.
We're your allies.
It's met with appreciation.
Yep. And so she'll let her rest, go off and like make some tea. The cake's all out of the fridge. Not for the prisoner. They don't want cake right now, but we do.
Yeah.
We'll bring some tea in. Some tea or some soup.
I love that y'all are racing this ship up to try to catch up, and while that's happening, there's cake and tea, and that's just beautiful. I love it.
Wait, are we chasing down the Sith? Hold on.
No, we're not chasing
about that.
No.
I assumed you were wanting to chase them down to try and steal the ship still.
Oh, if it's still there when we break orbit and it hasn't moved, maybe we can consider it, but no.
Okay.
Not today. Not today.
Okay.
See, no, there's the money to fix the kipper lying in my bed right now. We're not endangering that. Muxa will fight whoever tries to endanger that. Yeah, and the other ship, sure. But the kipper.
Thanks, Muxo.
You lost your shields. That's like a 10-minute repair.
All right. You're able to get back up to your ship, or back up to orbit rather, not to your ship. Back up to orbit.
Yeah.
And just about the time that you do, you see that the Sith ship is starting to move. Not like it's getting ready to jump into hyperspace, but like lights are coming on and it's moving out of orbit and that sort of thing.
Zanu, have you considered what weapons a TIE Defender offers you?
What weapons a TIE Defender offers me?
We only have the one left in perfect order.
But we do
Perfect,
have
except for the shields.
But we do have one.
I could grab the shield generator out of Muxo's and throw it in yours real fast, Ilsa, if y'all both want to go suicide run. But
I'm just saying.
Have you met Elsa?
No, you just got a lightsaber. I don't want you to die yet. I want you to play
No,
with
she's
the
not.
new toy.
She wouldn't do a suicide run. She's like,
Good.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe next time.
Okay.
I mean, we don't want to actually destroy our new ship before we even get it.
Zadu duels and ships, by the way. I'd like you to know that.
okay, Elsa's worked hard on her TIE Defender, so she does not want it damaged.
Okay. So you're gonna leave the Sith ship alone then? Is that what it sounds like?
Just
Yes.
because
please.
I suggest things doesn't mean we should do them.
Okay. Just double checking. So yeah, the Sith ship turns away from the planet and starts to move off. And there is a turbo laser shot that just goes right over the top of your ship. This is the last sort of middle finger to you guys before they jump into hyperspace.
Filthy eye will bait.
Oh, he's mad.
That's
Yeah.
great. I love it.
But you survived.
Good.
Can we jump to hyperspace now and get away from this awful planet?
You absolutely can. Are you going directly to the Yavin system, or are you going to stop somewhere else first?
We should deliver this person where they
Yeah.
need to go, and then go on to our next job. That's the Yavin system, I'm assuming.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, the job was to drop it off in the Yavin system.
Are we going to Apraxium?
To what now?
Are we going to Luke's Academy on Yavin 4?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
No academies. Elsa's just going to hand one of you a broom so that you sweep up because she's assuming you tracks Dustin.
It was an O Lars that gave the job, not a Luke.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know what you're talking about.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Anyways, on that note, we're a little bit over for our normal break time, so now's a good time to take a break. Go grab a drink, some snacks, stretch your legs. Then we'll be right back in 15 minutes, and we'll handle the delivery of the prisoner. Nuke Blywalker, Jay says in chat. Yeah, that's it.
Now, the real question is this little Luke or bigger Luke?
Good question. It's a very good question. Is it Luke at all? Because, it's O Lars, not... the name isn't Luke. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's Duke.
Yeah, it's Duke.
We'll be right back. we are back. So before we went on the break, you were able to retrieve the prisoner, escape the Sith Lord, and they gave you a sort of a spaceship equivalent of a middle finger warning shot as they sped off. But you've got your prisoner and you are going into hyperspace. Did we establish if you wanted to go directly to the Yavin system or if you wanted to go somewhere else first?
I believe we're going straight there because money is a concern.
Okay.
I think we're all kind of ready to be done with this job.
It's totally fair.
I have a feeling that we're not going to be done as soon as we'd like.
Okay, so you are going to be able to get to the Yavin system, where you've been given a frequency to contact somebody to let them know that you have done the job. But it's going to take you several days to get there. Is there anything that you want to do in the meantime?
We're going to work on shock grenades.
Okay.
Right, John?
Yeah, we can do that.
And I don't know if anybody wants to chat up the prisoner. Maybe find out her name.
You know, little things.
Sure. Sure. Why not?
Also, anybody that took damage in that fight, you'll have several days of rest, so you can heal up all the way.
Does that fix the condition track as well?
Yeah.
Just me.
I believe condition track stuff. You just need a long rest to fix that.
I'll sleep in Jai's room because he sleeps in
for long rest.
the hammock in his workshop.
Okay.
So
I do now. Yes.
Yeah,
I'll leave my Afghan there though because it's comforting.
All right.
We have space tea.
Yeah.
So are you, Zato? Are you chatting her up?
Sure. Why not?
Okay. After about a day of rest, she's able to talk more. So we can say the next day, if you would like. How do you approach? How do you approach her, Zadu?
Well, first I knock on the door.
After a few seconds, the door opens, and she's still like laying on the bed. So she basically uses the force to open the door.
Oh. Ah. Yes, well, seems you're up.
Not sure if up is the correct word, but I'm less unconscious. So that's good. So
Yes, well,
Mandos, huh?
yes, Mandos, as we call us. How are you feeling?
I feel like there's a bantha herd running around in my head right now. But better than I was in that cage. Much better than the cage. Didn't think there'd be Mandos coming to save a Jedi though. That's a new one.
Well, a job's a job.
She kind of smiles, not entirely derived, or what's the word I'm looking for? Bereft of humor, but mostly. So it's mostly just for show smile. And just says, so, So your motivation in all this is just money, then?
My motivation, yes. I am taking things one step at a time, so this job was on the table. I took it.
Well, regardless of motivation, you have my thanks.
Well, there's no need for that. Tell me, would you like something to eat, something to drink?
Yes, I haven't had much in the way of sustenance for the last week. Just enough to keep me alive, so anything really would be fantastic. I'm Kieran, by the way. Kieran Law. Yeah, any kind of, like, meat would be fantastic.
All right, I can do that. Well, don't go anywhere.
She sort of just like, ha 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 ha. You're so funny. Kind of laugh. Just does the little laugh and nods.
Zod is delighted. And he'll.
Oh no, that was serious. This place will kill you. Like,
Ilsa's going to insist on the good dishes.
But why?
Because it's Ilsa.
We don't even eat off of these.
we have good dishes? Mook's has been making us use paper.
I am not. How dare you?
No, when Ilsa cooks, she does serve everything on the good dishes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She even bought a
yeah.
gravy boat.
So I'm sure the kitchen has some like, there's probably some meat already cut up for like a stir fry or something. So you could. There's probably some cooked, just like a mound in a bowl. If
That's
meat.
that's weird. That's
Well, it's to season it later. It's fast. What if we're really hungry all of a sudden?
Tonight's taco night. It's just ground nerf. It's fine.
okay. Well,
You guys know how Ilsa is when she wants everybody to eat. It's all annoyingly proper.
how about a nice soup? How about a nice hearty soup?
You can put that together pretty quickly.
Yes.
Sorry.
In a bowl
Uh,
on a tray.
Not who can cook, by the way.
Muxa will yell from the workshop, "Do you want some help in there?" When she hears you opening a drawer, it's just like, "Do you want some help in there?"
If you'd like to.
Yeah, she'll wander in, be like, "So what's she need to eat?"
I'm just gonna make a little soup. Nothing too heavy,
Any food
Days
sensitivities?
with little food. I didn't ask, but she wants meat.
Okay, so Muxa will pull that bowl of like chunks, of like stew sized chunks out of the fridge, and then like get a broth together really quickly from the freezer, and then just start simmering it together.
Okay.
Okay, this is when Ilsa wanders in and demands that you use the good dishes.
Absolutely, you
In a
know I
tray.
will. She's gonna dump a bunch of spices in there just for good measure because bitches love spices.
Oh, okay. Right.
It's Muxo. Muxo's bitches.
I feel like I need that on a t-shirt.
I feel like seeing you do that, Zadu makes a secondary tea, a smaller bowl that is less spicy.
No, it's good for get your blood up.
Oh my god.
Well, you can give her a choice. Put them, and she'll put them both on a tray.
The arrangement is off now.
It puts a base with a flower on it.
I love that we
Wow,
just
okay.
went from fighting a deadly Sith Lord to arguing about the dishes. I love this show.
I was really.
Well, like Ilsa's like really fussing over it while you guys are doing actual cooking or whatever.
And
Like,
then while the tray is being fussed over, Musa will also mix up some sort of like dairy drizzle. that's
Okay.
cooling, like a sour cream with like some flavor mixed in, just in case it's too spicy.
Guess I'll make
I
some
love this.
tea too.
Yes.
We have guests. We have to treat guests the proper way.
Zadu was just gonna bring a bowl of soup back, but this is
It's a
Well, then you made
production
2
now.
bowls of soup.
this is
It's not like we're foisting cake on her. We're all out of cake.
okay.
Also, I'm just laughing because in my head, all I can hear, since Matt, you made that Nerf comment, is just imagining some like Nerf processing company with the slogan that it's Nerf or nothing. Like the style of like the old like pork, the other white meat ads, but instead of that, it's like it's Nerf or nothing.
Arby's, we have the Nerf.
Anyway, sorry, that was just like on loop in my head since you made that comment, and I had to mention it.
That's beautiful.
And then before Zadu leaves the kitchen, Uso's like, "So how is she? She's eating. That's good."
Yes. Well, she's all right. I cut off the conversation to come get her a meal.
Mhm.
But she seems all right. She'll recover with some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be careful with this. Don't spill it over. I
Be a
don't know
good
why I said
host.
that.
Ilsa just says, "Be a good host," and like her official kind of voice.
Are you sure neither of you want to take this? Because I'm
No. You're the charming one. And then Muxo's like seeing Zadu's body language is just kind of like gonna back off and be like, "I got some shock grenades to work on."
I do not deliver trays, and I will turn on my heel away.
Zadu is just gonna stand there for a second, watching both of them walk away, and just, if he could, throw his hands up in the air, but he can't. So he just, I truly don't know what gives him that impression. And we'll walk back to the room with a tray with two bowls of soup, tea, a flower, and a vase, if I'm not mistaken. Dessert.
No, we're out of cake.
Oh, okay, no dessert.
But this, like the silverware that she would need in a napkin,
Mhm.
with little flowers embroidered on it, because
The big
that's
tray.
what Ilsa has.
Good plates, silverware, and napkins.
And a little like creamer of cooling dairy thing.
All right.
Yeah, so that
In case
Queen could be
the soup
happy.
is too spicy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I made the second soup. Okay, well, yes, Zadu walks back in with all of this, looking
Okay.
vaguely annoyed.
Shouldn't ask for help now, should you?
Kira just looks at you and sees this, big tray of stuff now. It's just like, wow, that's a lot of food. Thanks.
Does Zadu have his earpiece in? Does he have his earpiece in?
Yes, he has his earpiece.
Okay, Ilsa's like, be a good host.
Zadu's gonna take his earpiece out.
Okay. Yeah, Kieran's just looking at you like, are you gonna come in, or like, did you want to? I mean, you're welcome to eat with me if you want. I'm assuming that's food for 2 people.
Zadu's gonna turn towards the door, and then, yes, I'd love that.
All right.
Take a seat.
Or even is she hot?
She is actually.
This is an important question for I think everybody on the ship.
So wait. Zadu is now gone from probably going to die to now has girlfriend.
No, that's not what happened.
Jedi girlfriend.
What is happening?
Give her the damn soup.
She kind of like I don't have an exact description for her yet, but like if you're looking for general type of appearance, if you've played KOTOR, if you know Bastila, like that, but a little bit younger and way less stuck up.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like way
Okay, now
more
you've got me.
relaxed personality.
Now,
But that
Zadu's
type of physical
being
appearance.
a good host.
Okay, so yeah, Kieran just sort of like sits sideways on the bed, with a bit of a grimace because she's still in pain, but she manages to sit up, and it's like I'm not sure what furniture Luxo has in her room.
There's definitely one of those so the bed's up against the wall in the map that it shows. So she has like one of those like tray tables that you can like pull over the bed, so she can have her she can have her pastries in the morning while she reads. She's on to sci-fi romances now, though. Remember,
Yeah.
done with westerns for a minute.
Sorry, I just saw chat. Nikki just said she's on a chaise lounge, isn't she? Oh, I love that.
I mean, Moose is fairly minimalist just because of the big family, but like she gets comfy. There's some extra pillows too.
Okay. So there's like an extra like chair though. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, Kieran will motion to the chair for Zadu.
Absolutely. Would you like the spicy soup or the mild soup?
Normally spicy's kind of good, but I'm still feeling pretty rough. Maybe I'll start with the mild. Because I haven't really had food exactly in a while.
Zadu snaps and has a little I knew it moment.
But yeah, she'll reach out her hand for the other soup, and you might notice that her hand's shaking a bit.
Oh. Can I? Do you have like a table I can bring?
Yeah,
over?
there's a table that like it's like the hospital tables, they're like the tray on the
I know
like
what you're talking about now.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rolls and you can just pull it over the bed. That's what I
Okay,
was saying
yeah, so
about
I just bring it-
pastries. Eating, put her like yeah, so
I'm with you now.
so can eat pastries while she eats her romance novels.
I'll bring it closer then.
Okay.
Yeah, perhaps this will be easier for you, and I pass over
Oh.
the mild soup.
She takes it quickly, puts it down on the table, and gives you another like just real small smile. It's not like a big warm kind of smile, but just enough to acknowledge like I appreciate that, sort of a thank you kind of facial expression. And she gives it a try, and she's like, this is good.
Mm. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Zadu's moment of pride, since he can cook, but no one's ever seen it because it's never been required.
Yeah. Kieran just sort of nods and awkwardly continues to eat the soup, trying not to slurp and not always succeeding.
It's fine.
And she's definitely got like the awkward, like I'm not sure what to say here, body language.
I think Zadu would try to exude with his just whole presence. You don't really need to say anything. I'm kind of just I'm chilling.
That's cool. After a few minutes, then yeah, she seems to kind of relax and just focus on the soup.
I start
And then-
humming a little bit to myself. There you go.
Okay. After a little bit, which feels a little bit more comfortable, she'll probably be like, "So, what's your job on the ship?
Me? Oh, I guess I'm sort of what does Mookso call me? Sort of a first mate?
The local menace.
Co-pilot sort of position?
Sorry, chat's funny. Kieran sort of nods and is like, okay, that's neat. Not much of a pilot myself. I don't know a whole lot about it. Are you good at it?
Good at piloting? Well, I am pretty good at it, but Mookso is aces at it.
She sort of nods, like, oh, that's nice, and goes back to sipping at the soup.
At this point,
Could definitely tell, like social interactions are not her strong suit.
at this point, I will offer the tea. That's probably now stone cold.
Iced tea. You can just press the button on the cup.
What kind of cup is this? Yes, it might be cold. Just press the button, if you would please.
I mean, that exists now. Surely.
That's true, it does. All right, so yeah, she'll heat it up and sip at it. And just sort of nod.
I have
She's like, well, I'm really bad at small talk, but did you have questions for me at all?
those can wait. You're still
Alright.
recovering, so when you're feeling better in a few days, we'll revisit that.
Okay. Where are we going?
I actually forgot the name.
The Yavin system.
We're headed for the Oven system.
Oh, that's who sent out the job then. Okay.
Hmm.
I think at this point, Muxo's gonna get nosy. She's gonna knock.
Without really thinking, Kieran just waves the door open.
Okay. Muxo has a tablet in her hand, and she leans in and she's like, "When you're done eating, I know that you can only sleep so many hours in the day, so I'm already done reading these. If you wanted something light to entertain yourself with," and she'll just sort of like gently toss the tablet onto the bed, and it is indeed some light reading.
Is it like romance novel light reading or?
Come on! It's the
Legitimate
westerns that she's all done with.
It's the
Okay.
westerns. Okay.
Hmm. It's the romance westerns.
Romance westerns. Okay, perfect. Yeah, she's
So
gonna look at
Ilsa-
the.
Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. She'll look at the list and just be like, yeah, I usually meditate during my downtime, but
Oh,
I appreciate it.
that sounds really dull, but okay.
Curious, like it can be.
Not
at
will not
times.
look at. Not will not look at Mookso. Dull, huh?
When do you meditate?
All the time.
Who are you trying to impress?
This is an established habit. I do all the time.
All the time
Kieran,
starting
just-
this morning?
No, Zadu. No, Zadu does meditate
Oh, okay.
quite
Kieran just
frequently.
looks at Muxoda's like, yeah, it I mean, with the Force, meditating usually there's pictures and things.
Mm-hmm.
What
Well, anyway,
was Ilsa gonna do? Sorry.
No, she's just like, Muxo's not eavesdropping the right way. You don't walk in when you're eavesdropping.
This isn't even eavesdropping, honestly, but it's understandable how you might think that that's what it was. It was mostly sort of like, well,
This is more
he's
like
probably not
eaves
doing a very good
chucking.
job. You have to fix
Just
it.
eating the eaves.
Yes, fix it.
So I think she's gonna be like,
You want to
so I
fix it?
need
You
you
can
out
always
here.
take my seat.
It was more about like the drifting of awkward conversation down the hallway. Like, oh no, I thought he was
Yeah.
the charming one.
Kieran's just looking at both of you now and just like
I don't know why.
like you do when you're at somebody like a friend's house and their family is having a conversation that you're no part of, but you can't really go anywhere. Just sort of that awkward like, uh-huh.
I'll give the out here. I'll give the out. It seems you might be done with your food. I'll take it to the kitchen. Luxo, why don't you swap out with me?
So, how long were you captive for?
Oh, the
I'm
almost
leaving.
simultaneous head palm or face palms. That was amazing.
I don't think.
Yeah, she hands you her dishes, Zadu, and then looks at Uxo just with like a blank stare, like,
At this point, Muxo is actually just like straightened up from her, like sort of like, oh, I'm being a good hostess, into straight like, like Mando pose. Like,
mhm.
so how long were you captive for?
Yeah, the Sith didn't really give me like a calendar, so not quite sure.
Seems like he traveled around to quite a few planets with you. Stops here and there. It's probably about a month, seems like, from our investigation. Was he working with anyone else?
Not that I really noticed. I was kind of unconscious for a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
He said he'd gotten almost everything he needed from you. You don't think he'll pursue you, do you?
I have no idea. They're... Well, I've never really met a Force user like that. They had a lot of questions about things that I probably should be debriefed on with my master before
Oh, I'm
I
not
talk about it
interested
with
in
anybody
those.
else.
I'm not interested in those questions. That's not my business. Are you fairly confident that where we're taking you is where you need to be?
Ish?
Okay. It is a substantial amount of money for us. On the other hand, ethics are a thing. You have a choice.
And she just gives you like this like jaw-dropped stare. It's like, so if I said that was a bad place for me to go, you would take me somewhere else.
Yes.
We would?
And you're Mandos, right? Like Mandalorians.
Yes.
Are all of you like this?
At
No.
that moment, like in the background, there's just like a wrench goes flying by, and Jai just goes, "Lock, stop stealing my tools!"
Locke just goes wheeling by with like this electronic giggle.
If
Like
something
pure,
breaks,
pure
because
goblin
Ilse-
energy.
If something broke, Ilsa's gonna be very upset.
So
With that, Muxo, you see Kieran tense up, and her hand opens as if she was trying to pull something to it, and nothing is there. And she kind of snaps out of it after a second, goes, "Oh, right. Sorry. You were saying?"
you're not our prisoner. Is that where you want to go?
I have mixed feelings about it, but that's probably where I should go.
That's where we're headed. And then she'll finger guns and head out.
Okay. That she seems to forget her question about Mandalorians. But yeah, she seemed very surprised by the fact that you would take her somewhere else.
I'm probably did the wrong thing because I'm not that familiar with Mandalorians. I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fine.
Seemed like the moral question to ask.
She's Jedi, so she's used to Mandalorians being very anti-Jedi, and would have no problem like turning her over to a Sith if there was profit in it.
Oh.
She has a very very different view of Mandalorians because of things that she's been taught.
That's fair. That's fair. We're kind of new to it, I guess.
But yeah.
Okay.
So did you say Muxo's leaving the room?
Yep, finger guns. Strides
Okay.
out confidently.
Anybody else want to talk to Kieran before you get to Yavin? And it can be a couple days later if you want.
I'd like to tell everybody to not speak to Kieran.
I think Ilsa would just make sure she was okay, like check on her and make sure if she had what she needed.
Yeah, if you check on her more than once, like she'll seem pretty much fine sometimes, and then other times seems very on edge.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, Ilsa's actually not going to bother her too much about it, but give her flowers. Like she does everybody. Plants or flowers or whatever.
She seems to really appreciate that, and definitely has a lighter mood once the plants are in the room.
You see, plants are great.
Is Anaka curious about Kieran at all?
I was gonna ask, can she feel Kieran doing anything fucking wanky with the Force?
You can probably sense her meditating.
Okay.
And probably anytime that you start getting close to her via the Force, she feels very closed off.
Yeah, Anaka wouldn't push any further than that. Just mostly making sure that she's not up to anything that could potentially fuck them up. But if it's just meditation, then that's fine.
Okay.
Speaking of meditation,
Which you totally do.
I've done this. I've mentioned it in several episodes.
I'm sorry. I just forgot. I didn't take notes on that.
Oh, I should know if you just didn't believe me.
It also feels like something Muxa would do, even if she knew full well that Zadu meditates frequently.
Well, Muxo's not blind, and she can see that certain someone's, got some looks.
Okay, Ilsa's going to screw everything to the walls a little bit tighter because somebody that's a droid probably knocked some things over.
Well, speaking of meditation, Zadu will offer to meditate with Kieran if she would like something like that.
Yeah, I think she would accept that. And might ask you, do you have some sort of connection with the Force?
No, but meditating, it centers my mind and prepares me for any job we might come across.
She just sort of nods and sits cross-legged and closes her eyes and just starts meditating. She's sort of just sitting on the end of the bed. Is Zadu just sitting, or how is Zadu meditating?
Zadu will sit as well, but he looks a little like he hasn't done it in a while that way.
Okay. After a bit, just gonna roll something. Yeah. After a bit of time has gone by doing this, you start to feel yourself being ever so slightly lifted off the ground.
Hmm.
Do you react at all?
That's new.
If you open your eyes, there are also a few other things around the room that are just levitating.
Ah. In that case, if it's happening to all these things, I will just relax.
Okay. After some time, all of the objects that are floating, as well as yourself, are gently lowered to the ground. And that's pretty much it until the end of the meditating, when Kieran opens her eyes again and just says, did anything odd just happen in the room?
How to answer such a question? Anything odd happened?
You mean between us?
No.
Oh, I hope you're shipping so hard.
No, I just think it's funny because of the awkwardness.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh, if you mean the floating, I thought that was something you probably usually happens when you meditate, seeing as you are force inclined.
Oh, yeah. Normally, yes, that is something I do to meditate, but I've had some trouble controlling my force abilities since the capture and torture started. And I thought I felt something weird, and so I'm sorry if I startled you, if I lifted anything in the room. I wasn't actually trying to that time.
It's fine. One cannot come out of such a situation and be expected to not have changed.
Sort of inhales deeply and nods. It's just like, changed. Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, hopefully that change can be changed to something good.
She actually gives you a genuine smile at that. And sort of nods. And she's like, yeah, hopefully so.
All right.
So your friend mentioned that you could like you would consider actually taking me somewhere other than where the job said to go. I'm not wanting you to do so, but are all Mandalorians like that? Are you all like friendly like this?
Oh, heavens no. We are decidedly other when it comes to Mandalorians a bit.
Okay. I'd heard a lot of stories about, well, like the Mandalorian and Jedi wars back a very long time ago, and I just know that we don't usually get along. I'm glad that's not the case here.
Yes, we are of a somewhat warmer disposition than other Mandalorians when it comes to Jedi, but yes, do not do not approach other Mandalorians with the same sort of ease one eye open and all that.
Noted. Well, regardless, I appreciate your kindness.
That is actually not sure what to say about that. Yes.
With that, she stands up and seems to be feeling a lot better, at least physically, and just looks at you and says, well, I'm feeling up to moving around. Am I allowed around the ship?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Feel free to stretch your legs.
She'll walk out and start exploring the ship, probably running into everyone along the way.
Just a question. What does my little friend Azuska have to say about a Jedi on board?
Oh, he absolutely hates this. Is usually half hissing, half speaking words in your head about how dare you let the enemy sleep, in your home. Lots of suggestions to go, murder her in her sleep, that type of thing.
So I would assume then, for the most part, the rest of the crew will often see her much out of character, kind of like rubbing her temples as if she has a headache. But yeah, she does not.
I haven't even said
murder.
anything yet.
Please don't everybody talk at once. She's going through some stuff.
Ilsa's just gonna maybe offer some tea, or like, I guess she would just put it on the tray and just set it down and walk away because she doesn't deliver trays.
That's fair. Yeah, Kieran will grab the cup of tea and sip at it. Whenever she ends up seeing Anaka, she just immediately gets on guard. And again, anybody that's paying attention might notice, like, it looked like she's trying to pull something to her hand that doesn't show up, and then after a second she realizes that it's not there, and just sort of flexes her hand, like plays it off.
Somewhere in the galaxy, someone's watching a lightsaber handle just like bouncing.
Hey, Ilsa asked what she's doing. She doesn't know
rude.
this. Yes, she's seen it like a million times. So
Kieran looks over at Ilsa and looks a little bit embarrassed. She's like, sorry, it's a reflex. I was reaching for my lightsaber, which is I don't have anymore.
Anaka also very visibly has moved her hand to her own lightsaber hilt.
I'm just going to be a little confused because I don't think I realized I could do that.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
force pull the lightsaber to your hand.
Yeah. And we're just going to make sure that my lightsaber isn't the one that was taken from her.
Yeah, yours is still there. Sorry, your friend there. And she sort of like says friend, like your quote unquote friend. Is sort of the tone that she has. Your friend there startled me.
She startled you? She's not very loud.
She is, just not in the way that most people hear.
Anaka makes just like a little snorting noise, just like air through her nostrils, and like rolls her eyes, but she doesn't say anything.
Just explain it more, please.
How familiar are you with Jedi and Sith?
She would learn the basics in school, right?
Like maybe super basics, like, you know, the Inquisitors and Vader and the Emperor are the Sith, and you do whatever they say. And
That's what
Jedi
she.
bad is probably what was taught in school.
Well, that's what she would explain.
Oh, yeah. That's not quite correct. So she goes on to like give you the very basic explanation of the Force, like almost word for word what Obi-Wan says to Luke, and when explaining how the Force works out. It's an, you know, like an energy field, and says, well, just like you can be loud with your, you know, your physical actions or how you speak. Some people are really loud in the Force, and your friend there, and she just sort of nods to Anaka, actually acknowledging that Anaka's in the room now, is very loud.
Oh, I just thought that was her mood.
Is Anaka reacting to this?
No, she's
But-
letting you guys talk it out.
Well, Ilsa's never been bothered by Yanaka. So if it was her mood, she didn't care.
Till
Yeah.
now.
Like, yeah, it's just very dark side loud, and not had the best experiences with Sith, as you can imagine, and it's just putting me
But
on
she's
edge, so
a
I
Naka.
apologize.
She's a Naka. She's not Sith. She's a Naka.
No.
And Kieran straight up does the fry squint. Like, I doubt.
No, that's just
Suspicious.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
That's weird.
Ilsa's loyal, okay?
Yeah. No, but Kieran just kind of looks at Anaka like, I'm not so sure that you're not Sith, but okay, I'll take your word for it for now.
Listen, if this was like a decade ago, you know, there might be more of a problem, but
But Ilsa's really interested to learn all of this because she had no idea. So now she knows a little bit more about the Force.
It's just a face. She's not really Sith. Jay. Do you does Ilsa mention to Kieran that she has Force sensitivity at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Kieran will probably at that kind of be a little bit surprised and go and say, I've not heard stories of many Mandalorians ever having Force sensitivity. That's interesting. Well, I would offer to teach you some things, but I'm not really in a good headspace for that, given what I just went through. Where we're going, there is, well, calling it a school would be an would be overstating it. It's it's a resource. There's some people there that could probably teach you how to use your powers responsibly.
Yeah, but they're all Jedi, right?
when Anaka hears the word responsibly, she gives like a little laugh, which has no humor in it, but it's a laugh.
Yeah. And she sort of just side glances at Anaka. You know, in ways that are less destructive and cause less pain to people.
You know, Ilsa, do be careful with who you choose to allow you to who you allow to give you information on this sort of thing. The Jedi were never really known for putting much oomph behind the way they use their force. So it might treat you better to find someone else.
Well, I don't do very well in the school setting, so I don't know if that's the best choice for me.
This whole situation is like, be careful who your teacher is. Don't let them do it. And Ilsa's just like, I can't read. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Be careful which texts you choose to learn from. And Ilsa's just like, can someone teach me to read first? Like,
You're talking about what the right kind of sprinting shoe is, and Elsa's like, man, crawling's the best.
Yeah.
It is.
Kieran just again shoots a look at Anaka. And there's some genuine like anger there that Anaka might pick up on.
Okay, and listen, we are not going to fight on this ship because I have done a lot of hard work on it to make it look nice.
There's a dull explosion from the cargo hold.
Kieran just
Is there a
softens
circle
at that.
of electricity?
before she looks away from Anaka, Anaka would give her one of those smiles where like you can see her pointy teeth. So she like opens her mouth wide enough to smile that you can see like the points on some of the further back teeth.
Yeah. Kieran just
Very
closes her
off-putting.
eyes, takes a deep breath, and very visibly, like physically calms down. And looks to Ilsa and goes, yeah, the Jedi in the past were not the best at certain things.
I'm sorry, before she starts speaking to Ilsa, when she like takes a deep breath and turns away, Anaka
Oh.
very, very softly just goes, there's a good Jedi.
What kind of footwear does Anaka wear?
I don't know, boots.
Do they have laces?
Good question. I picture more like leather boots. Just
Okay.
like a basic kind of black leather boot.
Okay, never mind then.
Nice try.
Because Kieran totally would have pulled your lace, like the shoelaces loose. Anyways, Kieran looks at Elsa and says, yeah, so the Jedi in the past had their issues. We're trying a bit of a different route. So yeah, we're Jedi, but we also don't follow exactly the old Jedi code.
I see.
In
Like-
other words, Ilsa, a different kind of tame.
And Kara just rolls her eyes, looks over at Enoch and goes, yes, the type of control that allows you to, use powers without hurting others or yourself.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, tell us more.
She rolls her eyes again and looks at Ilsa's like, so yeah, the things are different with the path that we're taking. Like, for example, we can actually have feelings and date people. That's a big one. We're not going to try to police the galaxy.
It seems kind of flawed to deny feelings and dating, doesn't it?
Yeah, it didn't go over well for the old Jedi.
But you were following them before that?
Oh no, I'm not that old. And she looks like she's probably like... I'm trying to remember my timelines here. I'll have to look up the timeline to figure out an exact age, but she would have been around like Ezra's age during the era of Rebels. So she's probably like, what would that be, like 30s at this point, I think.
Remember, Ilsa's about like 18.
Yeah.
So she's old.
We're gonna say she's 30, and also, ouch.
No,
That's what 18-year-olds believe. Anyone
That's what
over 20 is ancient.
that's
No,
what
I
18
know.
I believe. But Ilsa is. So Ilsa will say when she says she's not that old, Ilsa will be like, oh, I couldn't tell. Like very kind of that snobby voice that she comes out with sometimes.
She just kind of pinches the bridge of her nose. She's like, I'm 30.
Okay.
I'm not. One of those Jedi would have to be like, I don't know, in their 80s or 90s or something like that by now.
Okay, it's still older than I am.
She's like, it's older than I am too.
Yeah, but you're closer to it. You understand it more.
Kira just looks exasperated. And
So you're like you're my older, so you can help me figure some of this out while you're on the ship.
Ilsa has now moved one step up on the chain of Anaka likes you a little bit.
yeah.
Poke fun at the Jedi. It's amazing.
Kieran's like, I could try to show you some things, but I'm not in full control of my abilities at the moment. Given...
I'll let you get your rest. I know you need it.
Yeah. Kieran just takes that as because of the, horrible traumatic experiences that you've just had over the last month, and not because she's old. She just chooses to take it that way, and that's how she's taking it.
You're looking kind of tired right now. Are you sure you're up to staying out here?
Perhaps I should just explore more of the ship. And she starts
Don't get any
wandering.
footprints anywhere.
She just waves a hand, over her shoulder as she's walking away.
And now you find out why Elsa didn't do so well in school.
She wanders towards the hangar wherever Jai's working.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Jai is currently like up on one of the wing pylons of the Kipper, like working on just some part of it.
Okay.
When she walks in.
Yeah. She walks in and notices, and it's like, huh. Where'd you get the defenders?
We stole them, Jedi.
She sort of is taken aback a little bit by the Jedi name. It's actually it's Kieran. Kieran Lal is my name.
Sure.
Right. Well, you seem like you're in a bad mood, so I'll go.
Oh no, I'm actually having a great day. Let me. He just like jumps off of it and just like lands not directly in front of her because that's gonna result in him being force choked again. He hated that. That's how his brain works. Just like cause effect. But like just like lands. He's being excessive. Just looks at her and just goes, Jedi. I'm sure you're like a cool person and whatever. My dad was a clone. Your kind treated him like a disposable weapon and then tried to do a coup against the Republic. So, good job. Space magic make you better than everybody, huh? Because see, he can't vent at Ilsa because he doesn't know she's force powers, and he can't vent at Anaka because she's his best friend and she'll kill him. So he gets to vent at this Jedi for being force choked.
She's his best friend and she'll kill him.
He's a Mando. He's practical. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I love that for him.
Kieran just kind of puts her hands up, hey, I'm not trying to start anything, kind of expression, and says, I'm like 30. I wasn't a part of any of that, but I heard the stories, and what the Jedi did back then was awful. I mean, they weren't the ones doing the coup, but no, the way they treated the clones was absolutely awful.
That just kind of like heads Jai off at the pass, and he's just like, ah. So what can I do for you?
I was just taking a walk and saw you on the Defender. I thought I'd say hello.
He like just kind of
Thanks
half
for rescuing me.
It's the job.
She just sort of like pauses awkwardly for a little bit and is like, right, well, I guess I'll let you get back to fixing your ship.
Once she starts like walking away, he just kind of like half turns his head back over her shoulder and just goes, "We stole them from an asshole Imperial Admiral, and then we blew up his hangar." And then he just like jump jets back onto the pylon. Because he's not ready to give up a racial prejudice yet.
Yeah, she at that she kind of turns, looks over her shoulder, and just gives you a little like chaos smirk, like the that's great kind of smirk, and gives you a thumbs up, but doesn't stick around either. She walks off and goes back to Muxo's room.
Jai does not see it.
Okay. And I think that's probably a good spot to wrap up there because we're a little over on time. But that was a great session.
You're so awkward. Every single one of us.
So awkward. And Kieran's awkward too, like just normally, even without the PTSD. So it's just so much awkward. But
She can
that was
have Jai's cabin if she wants to stay on the ship with us.
that's very generous. Yeah, that was a really good session. I'm really happy that everyone survived, and that you all didn't try to take the evil Sith Lord on, in an extended fight. So that was great. We're gonna go on a raid here pretty soon. So if you have a raid cry that you're thinking of, go ahead and throw that into chat. There was a lot of lines that are quotable on this episode. And then we're gonna let everybody say what their favorite part was and where we can find them and all that good stuff. So starting with Mr. Parr, we'll go reverse order. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you, and anything that you'd like to share?
Sorry. Yes. Favorite part. I do love Jai almost being done in by his own thermal detonator. It's kind of fantastic. You can find me next on Twitter at Par Professional now. A little bit of setup left to do, but
Cool.
for all my business sort of stuff. And you can find me tomorrow, same time slot, same channel, for In the Mouth of the Beast Below, where I play Cliff Cruskill, the most charming and dashing and just a little bit up here when it comes to the characters. At least that's what he tell you.
He's great. I love that character. All right. Next, we've got Matt. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything else you'd like to share?
Oh boy, this was a really good episode for favorite parts. Okay, honestly, it was one of the last things we did in this session. It was the 3 force using, like the force trio that we have now. It's like 2 moms competing for the attention of Ilsa. It was great, and I want to see a side story where the 3 of them are just like stuck somewhere, and they have to work together while both still trying to be like, no, be like me, no, be like me, no, be like me, no, be like me.
That would be an amazing episode.
Like fighting for Ilsa's love the whole time. I want that more than I want anything right now. So that was definitely my favorite part, was watching those 3.
They don't realize they've got like the student that's the one that's like drawing on the desk in the back of the classroom.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it better. I love it. It's great. You can find me at Matt Hoadley on Twitter. I have a Twitch channel. It's called Fifth Draw Live. We just did a rebrand. I'm pretty stoked about it.
That's cool.
Normally, I stream on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. This week was weird, so you'll be able to find me over there next week, starting back on Monday, doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke run and Pokemon Sword. You can find me again here on Saturday in the Time Travelers Monster of the Week game, where I play someone who is the polar opposite of Jai, which is a great time. And you can, I have a podcast called Hard Reboot, where me and two friends take a public domain property and give it a fresh coat of paint. And that's me.
All right. Next we got Hope. Favorite part, where can folks find you, and anything else you'd like to share?
Oh boy. I mean, I love the heroics because I like being able to actually play a leadery type heroic character who still says the wrong thing. I'm a little bit flustered about that. I'm not going to take it back though. I'll take back shooting the thermal detonator, but I'm not going to take back the offer to drop her off somewhere she wants to be. Even though literally everyone in the ship disagrees with me. Doesn't matter. I'm the captain now. But actually, my favorite part was Ilsa asking for the lightsaber and getting it.
Yeah.
It was just so like the suspense, especially since the Roll20 sheet wasn't working. How is the persuasion roll? I don't know. So you can find me on Twitter at HopeTracy71 and on Mondays on the Lady Saito's channel for Tales of Traheen.
Awesome. Next we've got, speaking of Ilsa, we've got Nikki. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you, and anything else you'd like to share?
My favorite part, I think, was I had two favorite parts. I liked the end of the battle when we were all running back to the ship and like shooting the thermal detonator, and just it was fun. It was a really cinematic battle. I love those kinds of battles. And my second favorite part was everybody was trying to eavesdrop on the meal. And Muxo just walking in. Just thought that was funny. Like there's this nice little meal going on, and Muxo just comes in. It's like
We were not getting the information we needed.
But they were having a nice time talking.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Who's chasing us is the question.
It did feel a little bit like, the one person's kind of getting just a little bit flirty with the friend that's over, and then, the big or little sister just barges into the room like, hey, what are y'all doing?
Oh, lots of practice for that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Not me,
was great.
Muxo.
Yeah.
I'm here tomorrow at the same time, and I'm not sure the rest of my schedule. Sorry. Sometimes they
worries.
go up in the air. That's just how life is.
What is time anymore?
It's just an illusion. And Nick Cool on Twitter, and I'll try to remember to update, but I probably will forget.
All right, cool. And last but not least, V, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you, and anything you'd like to share?
I think everybody kind of touched on my favorite parts so far of the session. Definitely the bickering back and forth about which Force tradition is better. And just the whole concept of both Inaka and Karen being like, hey, read this text, and Ilsa just standing there like, I can't read. Which I think is very, very funny. Poor Ilsa doesn't even know what the hell's going on yet, and we're both like, don't let this person fool you. She's incorrect. But yeah, I think everybody else kind of touched on my favorite parts. Just finally getting the crew to warm up. This session really did feel like that. Like everybody was kind of warming up a little bit more to each other, which was really fun and really nice to see. And I hope we get more of that as well. But as for me, gosh, what's today? Thursday. I will be here on Saturday evening for the next session of Animus, where I play Annie. And you can also find me online on my art Twitter. I just posted a new piece like literally a half an hour ago. So if you'd like to take a look at that, you can certainly do so. My handle is @PepperoDraws. That's Peppero like the candy. And I'll pop the link in chat there as well. But yeah, that's me.
Awesome. That just leaves me. My favorite part, the part where nobody died was great because I was very concerned about that with how powerful this villain is. But it went well. Nobody died and didn't have to spend too terribly many Destiny points to get through it. So I really liked that. I enjoyed everyone's responses to Darth Jen. And also the fight was a lot of fun. They're a really cool player, or cool character to play in combat. And I loved the imagery of the lightsabers just going every which way and them not not even looking where they're going. And Jai's thermal detonator plan was great. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh no, I already know what they're gonna do against this because they can move stuff with the Force. But it was good, and I'm glad it didn't explode on anyone. And then yeah, all the stuff with Kieran was great. I've had a good idea of this character in my head for a while, but actually getting to play her, like, I'm getting attached to this character. She's pretty cool. So it was really neat getting to see how she interacts with all the different characters. That was really interesting, and I'm excited to see what you all do next week with getting to Yavin and some things that'll happen there. That was favorite part. Where can you find me next? Tomorrow at noon Mountain Time for Beyond the Wall. Be playing Mare. And things are getting even more weird and even more intense with everything going on there. And it's gonna be a trip. I'm excited for it. And then also tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for In the Mouth of the Beast Below, where I play Katanova, who is a Grendel socialite anarchist, which is a really fun combo to play. I think that's everything. Other stuff to plug, sponsors, which I've already posted into chat. Biggest thing is just go pick up a copy of Fundamental RPG, because it's a really fun system to play with, and I think everyone will enjoy it. And it's finally available for PDF and print, either on Amazon for print or on my coffee page for PDF. Yeah, so we've got our raid cry, which is going to be I adopted an entire murder son. And let me just make sure that where we're going is still alive. It is. We're going to go say hey. Wow, I can talk. We're going to go say hello to Noir Enigma, who's streaming right now. He's absolutely fantastic. Give him a follow if you're not doing so already. And get ready to, laugh until your side hurts, because he's hilarious. Yeah, we're going to go do that. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.